Welcome back, everyone, to another spoiler review video. This will be the spoiler review for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. And joining this review will be me, myself, Albert, Ariq right there, and Kelvin. We've all seen Quantumania, Ant-Man and the Wasp, the third film in the Ant-Man trilogy, the first film in Phase 5 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This is because Wakanda Forever ended Phase 4. This is the beginning of Phase 5. And yes, so we're going to do a spoiler-filled review. So this is your spoiler warning in case you haven't seen it. You don't want to be spoiled. This is your warning right here, unless you decided that you want to watch the movie anyway with all the spoilers going into it. I don't know why you would do that, but sure. But yeah, should we just get into it? Or is there anything we want to preview first before we go to the spoilers?
Yeah, let's just get into it. Yeah, it's fine. Right?
Yeah, so I can start. This
Sure, go ahead.
film, this film is fine. I don't think this film is great. I did not love this film. I had issues with it, and my particular issue is mainly with how the film was told. Again, we know that this is the third film in the Ant-Man trilogy. So when it comes to the especially for MCU, when it comes to the third film in the trilogy, there is some little expectations of what you expect of like where it's going to conclude the trilogy, it's going to conclude the chapter. Usually in the third film of a MCU trilogy, there are some consequences, and I feel like this film there are no direct consequences felt, and it feels like it's lacking that for me, which is a little bit of a disappointment. But my biggest issue is particularly with how the film was told. This film was marketed that Kang is the big bad. This film was marketed, oh, we're gonna finally see Kang the Conqueror. It's on the poster, it's on the trailers. He's in the first scene of the movie where he crash lands next to Michelle Pfeiffer in the quantum realm. And throughout the entirety of at least the first half, up to the second half, they treat the movie as if we don't know who the villain is. Michelle Pfeiffer is the only one. Janet is the only one who knows who Kang is. Every time we ask her, every time Hope asks her, every time Hank asks her, "Who is this?" It's like, hold on, yeah, we don't have time. We got to do something real quick. Got to save Scott and Cassie.
Janet is annoying. Is the most annoying character in the goddamn movie. Like, just say what you want to say, lady. It's not gonna hurt anything. You guys are already in the quantum realm. It can't go worse. What's the point of not telling? You know? And it's like she's already about to tell something before everyone got sucked into quantum realm, right? Like,
Mhm.
well, what makes you stop? Like you say, you want to fight Scott and Cassie. You can walk and talk. It's not that hard. Yeah. Janet is just super annoying for not just saying crucial, important details for to was it Hank and Hope. It's just annoying. Yeah. All right. Continue, Bird.
No, I was just about to say that was like one of my biggest issue. I don't know how much of it is to blame on Janet's character. It's the writing. I don't know what the reasoning is for them to hide the idea from us, because again, even if you don't watch a trailer or you don't know the poster and you go in blind, in the beginning of the movie, literally, Kang Crashland is the same actor, Crashland with Janet, and we know it's a mystery. Like, even if you don't know who Kang is, watching the movie, you're like, oh, who the heck was that guy? He probably have something to do with the story. But they don't reveal him until literally past the halfway point,
Mhm.
until it took so long. Even like, not only her, even Scott and Cassie, who got separated once they got to the quantum realm and they got with the freedom fighters, which is, by the way, another subplot which I don't really care for. It's cool and all, but I don't really care for freedom fighters. Even the freedom fighters was like, oh no, you're from up there, that means he's coming for you. They never even told them who Kang is until he got caught, until Scott and Cassie got caught. So it's not even Janet, it's the whole writing of the story, because the freedom fighters didn't even
Yeah.
say anything about who Kang is. They mentioned Modoc, but like that's it. So yeah, that's like one of my biggest issue, because it feels like they halt the story and they could have gone somewhere with it. So that was
Mm.
I want to start off with that as my initial biggest gripe with this film.
Okay. Ariq, what about you?
Yeah, yeah. I was like wondering, like, when I was watching the film, right? I was like, why am I blurry? So, like, when I was watching the film, right?
You're in the quantum
uh,
realm. It's blurry.
yeah, like, part of me felt like something's like off with this story. Like, it just feels like we're either stuck in a looping cutscene or like, I don't know, just like the film is not progressing properly. But yeah, it's like, so yeah, you're right. Like, we had to wait so long just to get some clear context, but I don't understand why we have to wait that long for it. So it's like for
Wait
parts
with
of the
so
movie.
long for an information that we already
Yeah,
know.
I know, right? Like, I come to think of it, with it, yeah, I think the scenes would have made more sense if they're like we get the context and then we get to see them explore the quantum realm a bit instead of the other. Literally, we got it the other way around. We get to see the exploration first and then the context of Kang the Conqueror and all that. Like, I don't why.
Yeah.
What's with that direction? Why is it so weird? Why is it so off?
Which, by the way, I do like visually. I like the quantum realm. I think visually, quantum realm is great. I like that
Mhm.
exploration part of not
Mm-hmm.
knowing and to the
Oh yeah, I mean
unknown,
I
and like
do too, yeah. But
it's
it's just like they placed that wrong.
yeah.
Context first and then exploration later. They're like, no, let's explore the world first. What about the story? I don't know. We'll come back to it.
That can wait. That can wait.
That can wait. That can wait. Yeah, because Janet is like, yeah, wait, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I don't know why. So I was like, I guess part of me was like a little confused. I think my brain kind of imploded into the quantum realm,
What?
then exploded again or something. I don't know. It was it was a bit of a headache.
I'll
I
say this:
s-
the film is kind of a little bit weirdly edited. There is something about the way how it's editing where it feels like it's jumping all over the place. And maybe it's because the character are split up, but I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if you guys noticed it, but I was like, that is a little bit weird how they pace the story with the editing that they did.
I didn't really notice it too much. Maybe in a second
Sure.
watch, I would notice it. Now that you mention it,
Yeah.
yeah. But I don't think
Which
I'm
by
giving this a second watch anytime
which by the way,
soon.
I
Yeah,
am
I know,
watching
right?
this a
Yeah,
second time right after we finish recording
yeah.
this.
Right
Again,
after this, yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of this film. Maybe I will like it more the second time around. A lot of cases with MCU movies, if I find the first watch is like kind of mid, the second time I kind of like it a bit more. So maybe that's the case with this one. I don't know.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I that was like again that was my biggest issue. And I'm just gonna direct this to another issue that I have, which I mentioned earlier, the lack of consequences kind of thing. They they hide Kang for quite some time, and with Michelle Pfeiffer's with Janet's explanation, she hyped him up so big with the mystery.
Hmm.
It's like he is like the ultimate. He's like badass. He's powerful, which is true. Jonathan Majors, by the way, awesome job. He's so charismatic in
Mhm.
this role. He is
This is the
so
best
good in
part
this
about the
role.
movie.
I want to see
Yeah.
him do more Kang, and I'm excited that we're gonna get that, especially with the
A
post
lot
credit
of
scene and
them.
everything. Yeah, I'm excited to see what he does. He's really good. And yes, they show his powers. They show that he have crazy powers. Literally, he can blast people and they vaporize automatically. He can like make explosions with his whatever technology that he have. He is really powerful, and yes, they showcase that. But once it comes to him fighting Ant-Man, somehow all those powers disappear. He doesn't. He just punch him, book, book. He just literally hand-to-hand combat. He didn't even attempt to shoot them once with his
Wait, no,
power that
no, but
vaporizes.
I thought that was
his
his.
vaporizing powers is from his gauntlets. They were broken by the
Okay,
ants, though.
Yeah.
by the ends, before that, while they are
Before
still,
that,
well, when it was him versus the trio of Cassie,
Mm.
Scott, and Hope, he didn't even use the vaporizing powers on them.
That is true. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like maybe he attempted and maybe he missed because they're small. I don't remember. I have to rewatch it, but I feel like it feels like he got nullified in his powers once he comes face to face with them. And that sort of kind of disappoint me a little bit. I was like, oh,
Maybe,
they just reduced the stakes drastically.
maybe they realized Kang is too powerful. They're like, oh,
They
Ant-Man
lowered
can't
they
win this
lowered the
fight.
they lowered the difficulty.
Yeah, and because of at that point, I was kind of disappointed because I'm like, oh, they're not gonna kill any of these characters, so they're probably
Yeah.
gonna be
Mm.
fine. So I sort of my investment on like, oh no, are they gonna survive? Are they not? Sort of just dissipates. I was like, oh, they're fine. They're gonna be all right, kind of thing, you know. So yeah,
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
there's that.
Yeah.
Uh.
Uh, yeah,
All right.
I
Yeah. Was
I
it?
was I don't know. You go.
Okay.
That's
Sure.
second enough.
All right. Yeah. My biggest gripe with my biggest disappointment, I guess, with Quantumania is the action sequence. Honestly, like
Okay.
compared to the first and second one, the first one had the creative fight scenes, right, in the toy room thing with the Thomas the Tank Engine. That
Mhm.
was a fun sequence. And then what's the name in the second movie? Sure, it's not that good of a movie, but at least the car chase sequence was unique enough, right? They go small and
Mm.
they go big, things like
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
So it is still somewhat enjoyable. In Quantumania, the it's just the most generic fight sequence. I guess you get to see like Scott Lang and was it Cassie Lang doing the whole they shrunk and then they uppercut someone by going big. But
That one's cool. I like
that's
that one.
it. Yeah, but I mean like compared to the first one, we got to see Ant-Man running up a barrel of a handgun. That was cool shot. We didn't get any of that in this Quantumania. So I was expecting something like that, and because they're in the quantum realm, I was expecting something crazier, but we didn't get any of
Yes.
that.
It's actually true. Like when it comes to Ant-Man like scenes, they try to make him a bit more special in a way that like, you can see him go small,
To
go
showcase the
inside.
power, right?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
guess,
like for
yeah.
example, even in like say Civil War, like he goes inside Iron Man's suit, for example, right? That's kind of
Yeah,
like
it's
his
cool.
thing. Yeah, that's cool. And then
Yeah,
he also turn big and kind of just solos the whole like squad or something. But like in here,
yeah,
just look, yeah, as Calvin mentioned, it's kind of just like generic action man kicking, punching.
yeah. And when he goes big, all he do is was it he tried to do a drop kick onto the machine at the end.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
think that's what
Yeah.
happened.
They
Yeah,
throw him to the
yeah.
machine.
What else was there? Yeah, right. And also the final act is the most generic thing I've ever seen. I think I told Ariq watching that I felt like I'm watching the was it
It's a
the
different.
last Star Wars movie.
Rise of Skywalker, the
Rise of
Yeah.
final attack
Skywalkers, yeah, the final
on the
battle
Jedi
when
Order.
the 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 the
Is it the
revolution, the
rebels?
rebels
Yeah.
came kind of thing. This is
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
this pretty much a similar scene. The
Is
who's
it
the subplot? The freedom fighters they
The
come
freedom
in. You're
fighters,
like,
yeah.
yeah, Freedom
oh
Fighters. Yeah,
yeah,
they're
let's
like
fight
they
them. And
came
then
in.
Scott Lang said something. Was it like, oh they came?
Yeah, they finally arrived. They came.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, all right. It's like, it's not cool. I guess this is just very generic. And also another Star Wars ripoff thing that I kind
I
of like saw was when Gentora throws his staff and then Kang just stops it in midair. I'm like, hey, that's Kylo Ren's move.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think Lucasfilm was credited in the credits. I think I saw that
Did they?
somewhere. I
Oh,
think so. I
guess
mean, I'm not surprised. I think they probably got a lot of the visual effects crew. Visually, there are a lot of
yeah,
Star
true.
Wars imagery, and I don't really have an issue with that. Like a lot of the
Me neither.
costumes
Yeah.
of the film Quantum Realm sort of gives like Tatooine Jakku vibes, kind of thing,
Oh
Right.
yeah,
of
Yeah.
they do.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
creatures
true.
as well. But I didn't have an issue with that too much. And I
I mean,
think
I don't have
Peyton
an
Reed, the
issue with
director
it.
of
I
this
just
one,
thought it
also
was
did
pretty
episodes of Boba Fett.
interesting.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. But still,
Uh,
though, the final act, it's pretty bad. And yeah, I think you mentioned it in your review. I think that time, like Cassie Lang did not do anything like I don't know
Significant.
unique or anything because I think you mentioned that she's known for going big, and all she do is I don't know stop something.
she's fine. I am like it's her first outing, so I am not too
Yeah,
upset about it.
I guess.
In the comics, Cassie is known as Stature, and
Hmm.
I mean Stature means like big physical input, and
Big.
like
Yeah.
she likes to go big in the comics. So I was sort of expecting her to go big in this film because she's been going full the whole time. I was like, I feel like they're building it up where she's gonna go big and do something awesome, and so I was expecting that. I was like, okay, cool, we're gonna see him big. Let's go. once she go big, it was kind of disappointing what she did. She doesn't do much once she goes big. Like literally, it
What did
wasn't
she
that
do?
exciting.
I forgot.
Beat Modok. That's it.
She beat Modok and called
Oh
him not
come
a dick.
on.
And called
You
him
beat
not a dick. That's it.
Call don't be. Oh, by the way,
Mo.
Modok is completely.
He-
He is there only for comic relief, and it doesn't really work for me.
Thoughts
Oh,
on
isn't.
Modok's cheeks. The
Oh
the
yeah, they
backside
revealed it.
cheeks.
They revealed it for some reason. Yeah.
What's
I
your rating here? What's your rating here out of 5? Modok's
five
Uh,
cheeks.
five being the best.
uh,
5 being the
it was
best,
a
obviously.
it was a half. You barely get to see an apricot. It was just like just a small crack in the back of his head. So dumb. Also,
So
actually, I
Get to
want to
see.
mention about Modok. Like, he actually looks cool with his mask down, in my
yes,
opinion.
he does. He
But then
does
he
with the
takes it
mask.
off. I'm like, oh, no, 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 down, put it
I
down.
mean,
So,
all right. Let
It,
me let me answer Calvin's questions with the cheeks
uh,
first.
yeah.
okay.
Having seen more superhero cheeks in my lifetime than I expected, such as the Hulk and Deadpool, this one is probably in the bottom, especially because it's disproportionate, so
Indeed.
it doesn't help. Uh, so in terms of cheeks, that's my out of 5, Calvin probably a 2. I mean also I don't think he was able to do squats, so there's like it's pretty flat back there.
It's pretty flappy, I
Yeah,
guess. Yeah.
because he sit all the time. And second, in their defense, Modok is the most unadaptable comic book character in my opinion. He's
Yeah.
literal.
No crap.
It's comic
He's a
accurate.
floating head.
It's comic accurate in the appearance, and I'm glad they got it over with and it's one and done because once again,
Yeah.
I cannot imagine imagine him imagine him in the real world just running around fighting Captain America or something. It's so dumb. So I'm glad that
Yeah.
it's one and done, and that they did it and they acknowledge that it's stupid. I'm kind of glad that they acknowledge that it's stupid. So still doesn't look great, but at least they commit to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it's not their fault that it doesn't look great because it's literally is a floating head. There's nothing they can
Hmm.
do about it.
Floating head with baby legs and hands and cheeks.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, we always complain about floating head posters, and now we actually have a floating head in the
Floating
film.
head
Literally.
character. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
I
agree
am
though.
glad.
When he with his mask, he looks pretty
He looks
menacing.
pretty cool with the
Yeah,
mask
Yeah.
down. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like a
Here,
skull.
I want to say this. I'm going to share screen. This is the
Okay.
first thing I thought when the mask opens up. All right, Shark Boy and Lava Girl. That's the
Shark
first
Boy
thing I
Lava
thought.
Girl. Shark Boy Lava Girl. Yeah.
Wait, no,
Oh
I pressed
yeah.
the wrong thing.
You're not screen sharing, by the way.
Miss. Yeah, I know. I'm. There you
Mr.
go.
Mr.
The first
Electric.
thing I thought of, Mr. Electric. Like
Exactly.
this is Modok.
I don't know
Legit.
why, but because Mr. Electric, like his head is kind of like it's just like a screen, right? So it doesn't look as goofy, in my
Doesn't
opinion.
look as goofy, but hey,
Yeah,
it
it's
works.
close.
Like in Modok's one, it's kind of like his face is
Can we
stretched.
Google a picture of
Yeah.
Modok in the live action? Is that available somewhere already now on Google?
Let's see. Modok live action.
Quantumania. I don't know if there's leaked photos already or not. It's
They have,
all in the mask.
well,
On,
they
on
have
the right
that
there.
one.
The one
Yeah,
on the
most
right.
right.
This.
Most
Oh
right.
yeah.
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 Yeah. Oh god,
Yeah.
that looks so bad. It looks like Humpty Dumpty.
It really does.
Yeah, that is true. Uh, also, like I like the canon. I like the canon explanation though that like his mask broke, so he looks like everything shrinks except for his head. So yeah.
Yeah. I come to
Humpty
agree. Yeah, the
Dumpty.
explanation is like quite cool.
But yeah, I mean, story wise, story wise,
Yeah, that's Modok. Yeah.
I think Modok is a like the mechanical organism designed only for killing. Right, that's what this
Yeah,
says.
Yep.
the- yeah.
Yep.
I mean, he's pretty
Modok.
badass. Not gonna lie, like some of the action sequence. Um, but yeah, the fact that some of the comic relief stuff doesn't work for me. Like, I am not a dick. Like, it doesn't. The comedy doesn't work for me on that one.
No, it
Oh,
doesn't
it's
work.
Like,
No,
That
was
that
like
whole
written by
sequence
a
of the
12-year-old.
with the
Yeah.
dick stuff, it doesn't work for me either. Yeah.
it
Yeah.
also feels out of character a little bit because like out of nowhere suddenly just turn on Kang. Like I don't.
Mhm.
The character motivation isn't there really. Like just Cassie just give him a pep talk of like, don't be a dick, and like it's too late. I'm already a dick, and I'm not a dick, and like it's like the character motivations feel so out of left field. Like it's not from nowhere. And like I get in the first film, he's not crazy evil. He's kind of mean, but he's not crazy evil in a way.
Hmm.
So yes, you could argue like,
He
sure,
lost his mind.
he maybe go a little bit psycho with the pim particles or everything, because they did explain that in the first film as well. The pim particles could mess with your like brain patterns. So maybe you could explain that. So that's why he's like can be nice, but it's still a weird way to show it. And like I kind of like the Avengers joke at the end of like, at least I died an Avenger, and then Scott's like, yeah,
That one works.
sure. That one I kind of like. That one I kind of like
Yeah.
that joke. But yeah, otherwise the some of the other stuff doesn't really work the best for me. Um, like the fact he only doesn't respond to Daryl is like,
Uh,
I'm
Oh
Modoc.
yeah.
Don't call me. Daryl's dead.
Modok.
So yeah,
Yeah. The
but
oh,
yeah,
I kind of like the scene in the probability something.
yeah. The
You know, when
probability
yeah,
space, whatever.
yeah, the one when there's a lot of Scott Lang, and there's the one with the Baskin Robin ones appear. I like
Yeah,
that.
that's
That was really. Do you remember, Rick?
Oh, which one?
The one with a
the one with the
bunch of
Baskin
Scott
Robbins
Lang.
Scott.
Oh, the Batman
Yeah,
Robbins. Yeah.
yeah,
That
and
was
then
good.
they all
Yeah.
band together to lift him up. I'm like,
I just like
Like
that. There's
that's
ants.
only
nice.
Like it's
yeah.
it's
Yeah,
like
like
the ant
ants. Yeah, I
formation.
was thinking that.
That's how I
Yeah,
like it.
yeah. It's like ants. It's like nice, nice. And then Wasp
I
came
just
in.
yeah. I just like there's only one the guy like one of him. That's Baskin Robbins.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
the,
only
in,
one.
in the
There's only
alternate
one
Only
reality.
one.
probability of him that's Baskin Robbins out of millions.
Yeah.
It's
So that
funny.
means
So
there's
it's
what?
more.
Is that a bigger probability that the Avengers won against Thanos than there is Scott Lang becoming a Baskin Robbins employee?
There's a probability where Scott Lang is a Baskin Robbins employee and he's the one that beat Thanos.
Oh yeah, that's like 1 in 16 billion.
Yeah.
I like
Like,
that. I like that whole sequence. It reminds me of Rick and Morty episode when yeah, it happens in Rick and Morty when there's the whole probability thing as well, and then they try to fix it by being sure. It just reminds me of that. I mean, it happens too in this one. He becomes sure he wants to shrink that space energy thing, and then they all work together. So hey,
okay,
similar enough.
I had to fact as when you said Rick and Morty, I had to fact check because Jeff Loveness was the writer of this movie and he's the writer of Rick and Morty. So
Oh, oh, that okay. I was gonna say okay. I'm jumping into the post credit or the mid credit
yeah,
part at least.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I see a bunch of Kang, the first thing I thought of again was like, oh, Council of Rick,
Council of Ricks.
Council of Rick, Council of
Which
Kang. All right.
Council of Kings.
Council of Rick was also taken from a Marvel Comics thing. So yeah, it's like
Yeah, yeah, because
it's full circle.
the Council of Kang thing happens first in the comics, right? Way back then. Yeah,
Council of Kangs, Council of everything. Council of Red
is
Richards
that
was a
true?
big one. Council of Red Richards. Yeah,
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Fantastic. That one.
I read that they made the Council of Reed Richards to beat Council of Kang or something.
In a
Isn't
way,
that what
yeah.
happened? Yeah.
It's sort of not necessarily, but yeah, in a way.
But yeah, the mid credit scene looks cool. I like the different types of Kang. I heard that he acted each one of the
It's
Kang, every
so
one of them.
not
Yeah.
surprised. They're all very different.
Like even the one at the like when they zoom out thingy, the one that was like so hype, like woo! That was all him. That was all him.
He almost
And
did the
yeah.
voice critical. Woo! Yeah, baby.
Woo! Baby!
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Uh yeah, the voices he did for the three main guys.
Very different.
I think I forgot the name. I know there is Ramatat is one of them, and then
Hmm.
what was the other one? Prime Kang is one of them. It seems like there'll be Prime Kang, and I don't know, I forgot the other one.
Yeah. There
The red one.
apparently. Yeah. Ramatat, Scarlet Centurion.
That's the
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. There's a
Yeah,
lot. Yeah.
but those are the main three, right? I think the one that we get to see a bunch, like mostly, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
hmm
it's cool. The voices he did for all of them. Yeah.
Even the post credit scene with the Loki one, he did a different version of that one too. So yeah, that one's cool as well.
Yeah, that's true. Uh,
Um, but yeah, you were talking about Ant-Man. I kind of I don't hate the action sequence. I think I agree there are some parts that could be better. I don't hate it though. I like a lot of some of the action sequence. I like the again the dynamic of the father daughter. Catherine Newton is a good addition. I think she's good in this film. I think
She's great.
yeah, I think their dynamic is good. The father daughter relationship, and like the momentum tap, growth tap, whatever they mentioned like that. It's like I like that one, and she's tried to do it and everything. And also like Scott, I'll say when he go really big, I was like, that is insanely huge. That's pretty cool. When he goes like towering over the whole citadel and everything. So yeah, there's that. Um, yeah, you guys talk. I'm about to cough.
What? Okay. Yeah.
Wait. I actually wanted to get to that part. Is it like actually near the end? No, not near the end. Like the actual like final like fight scene, I guess, between
Mhm.
Kang
Okay.
versus Scott. It's like I already told this to Kelvin earlier on. Like basically, we see a bit of was his name Jonathan Majors? That's his name, right? The actor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jonathan Majors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We saw a bit of his Creed training kicking in. In the
Oh
last
yeah.
scene. I mean, like just the way he like the way he punches and everything, like he moves with his body and all that's like he actually I mean it makes sense. Like a Kang, he probably lived multiple,
Yeah.
timelines. He probably learned something. Shit, he might actually went to a universe where he was fighting, Creed, Adonis Creed, and he's like,
He was fighting
I know
Killmonger.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
Killmonger.
like, yeah, I know exactly how to fight like that. And then he, picked it up or something. I don't know. That and also like I guess he also mentioned that he killed Avengers before, so I guess yeah, that's
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
makes
Like
sense.
I don't know why he just like says that name drops it, but like then he kind of struggles to beat Ant Man, even though he kind of had the upper hand most of the time with his fighting ability.
I am conflicted with how powerful the ants became. Like that, the ants was the
Mm.
eagles from
Oh
Middle
yeah.
Earth.
Oh yeah, they were. Yeah.
It's sort of become a Deus Ex Machina. I don't know. I guess it is a Deus Ex Machina. I don't know how I feel about that. That is like sort of the boom. We got the ants. You're screwed. Like they
Thing
become
is,
so
like,
powerful. Like I cool, I guess,
is
but I don't know.
is the vaporizing gauntlet as a cooldown or something? Like, he didn't even try to use that on the ants. I feel like he just
He
kind
did.
of put up a
He did
shield.
though.
Did he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, he did, and then he used the shield to protect himself. But I guess the answer there were so many ants at that point, so he couldn't.
Oh,
But
I
yeah, I
guess.
don't.
I don't know. Still,
Yeah,
I feel like I
it's
mean, like he
yeah, it's a
conquer,
this
he conquer like universes, and he
exactly.
can't
But he get
fight off ants.
ants. Oh
And like
no.
they even try to explain it how the ants are like super smart and they've built their own civilization. They got their own
They
time loop.
conquer
They got like a
timelines.
they yeah the ants like have their own like quantum whatever pocket of the universe that they built civilization. Like I guess they try to explain it, but it's I don't know. It doesn't. I don't want to say it doesn't feel earned. It just feels like
It's not earned,
it's
Albert.
a cheap escape.
It's not
Keep
earned
escape. Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
It's not earned.
Well,
Like,
I'll blame it on this. I'm gonna say this. I blame it on the writer. The writer of Rick and Morty sucks in this film. I'm gonna say
hey,
it.
hey, 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 hey.
I'm gonna
Yeah, that's
say
true.
it. I
Yeah.
mean, he's also writing.
And
He's also writing Kang Dynasty. So I'm worried.
mm,
Uh. So yeah.
yeah, it's it's not the best, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Oh wait, then
Um.
one
yeah, just
last thing.
I really don't like the ants. Yeah.
Because I like the
Well,
as that in the sense that they're cool, but like in sense of a story point of view is yeah, you're right. It's weird. And also
yeah,
like in the
no.
end, I don't know why I was so disappointed. Like I thought Scott Lang would either well not maybe either die or like he would get forever stuck in the quantum realm, so he could let everyone escape. But
Yeah, I
then
thought he
that
would
didn't
sacrifice
happen.
himself again as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
one
That
way or
was the
another, yeah,
one.
but then he didn't.
There
Would
was
have
the
been a
one
cool
thing.
like consequence thing that Albert mentioned.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
if I thought that's where they were going, and but then he just
Same.
escaped with Janet. Because he literally said, "I don't have to win. We both just have to lose." I thought like,
Yeah.
oh,
Right?
okay,
I
cool.
thought that was a
Yeah.
He's
sacrifice.
gonna
Like, yeah, he's gonna
exactly like he was
kill
stuck in the
himself
quantum
with
realm
Kang, yeah, or
or kill
something.
himself. That would have been like literally what I'm mentioning. Iron Man lost his house and his arc reactor. Steve lost his shield, and Avengers broke up. Thor lost everything. Avengers: Infinity War, the third film, we lost. Literally, literally what happened.
Yeah.
What did Scott Lang lose in this film?
Thing.
Nothing.
If
Nothing.
anything, his life got better by the end of the movie,
Yeah.
Mm.
which
Yeah,
is
yeah,
like
that's
I
true.
guess
They got
it's
closer
not
together.
they don't follow the trope. So maybe I am that's my false expectation going into it. Maybe that's my fault, but yeah, it just feels kind of unsatisfying, I guess.
And I don't know why. I really hate. Kind of didn't like the anxiety attack of like, oh wait, did Kang actually die? Did I actually kill
Oh
him?
yeah, at the ending, yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind. He's
No,
dead.
you know
And
what?
then that's in credits. And I was like,
I
what are
Here's
you
the thing:
doing?
the anxiety attack. Once it was just like an anxiety. Once it was just an anxiety, I was kind of disappointed by. I was at that point. I got my hopes up a little bit of like, oh, what if he actually lost and somehow Kang like trapped him in like a false reality or something and he's living it right now? That would have been
Mm.
epic.
Mm.
But it's just an anxiety attack. So I'm like, oh, okay.
I was thinking more like when he's thinking of all of that, and then like I don't know, some kind of portal opens up, and then we see Kang attacking Earth or something.
I
I thought that's where it was going.
No, actually, oh, we all have different ideas. Because my idea is like,
Yeah.
I thought what would happen is like he's walking down the street casually, and then suddenly, in the end of Loki, where the TVA suddenly has like big statues of Kang everywhere and whatnot. I thought he would
Oh
just like
yeah.
go around a corner, suddenly just like a statue of Kang, and like apparently he's the leader of the world this whole time, and he just like kind of just realized it or something. Like, wait, what's going on here? Apparently,
Mm.
Kang has already conquered the world, and he didn't even notice it or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it would be something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
We all have
apparently,
different ideas on how it ends.
yeah, yeah. And to be honest, all our ideas are much better than what actually happened, which is nothing.
Yeah. False birthday.
Yeah, just like a false birthday. It's like it's not even my birthday.
That was cute though. I like that. That was pretty cute.
Yes, cute.
It's cute, I guess.
Could have done that
Uh,
at the start, maybe. No,
Yeah,
actually.
but
Yeah.
it's not cool, Albert. The story. I don't know.
I like how fast they got into the movie. I'll say that. I like how fast they got into the movie, as in like they directly got sucked into quantum realm pretty quick. They didn't
Yeah.
waste time about that.
Yeah, that's true.
With the storybook reading and everything, that was pretty cool. Although I wish this film doesn't have Louise. They could have put the opening with Louise
Mm.
instead. They could have been fun. But yeah, the film has Louise. The guy who
I
plays
guess
the
that's
guy with
what's
the
missing.
Louise.
From what
Yeah.
makes this movie good, yeah.
I like that
Yeah,
David
one Louise
Dasmalchian,
away.
even though he doesn't,
Mhm.
he plays Kurt in the original films. Even though he's not here, he plays the jelly guy, the one with the holes. So that's him. So
Oh,
yeah,
right. That's a second, no, second or third best part about the movie. The whole thing.
The whole, the
I
whole,
I
I
have
yeah.
have
holes.
holes. That
Yeah, he's
becomes Kirby.
David Dasmalchian. Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
um, yeah, Jonathan. What's his name? Jonathan Jackson Harper, the one who can read minds.
He's in the Good Place, right? I think.
Uh, William Jackson
Am I
Harper.
confusing?
William Jackson Harper. I think you're mixing, unless it's
Am I
not. Yeah, he's
mixing
in
it
a good
up?
place. He's in a good place. He's in a good place.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, yeah. All right, yeah.
He's a good actor. He was kind of wasted
He
in
is,
this
he
film. Not
is.
gonna lie. He's a
Bill
very good
Murray
actor.
as well. If you're talking about
He's
wasted.
so wasted. You could
Yeah.
literally use anyone in that role. This
Yep.
is literally like, oh, let's just get someone fun, whatever. It's so wasted. Ugh.
Yeah. Bill Murray part is, yeah. I thought it was gonna do something because I thought it was gonna be somewhat important.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Um,
uh, what else is there to talk
I
about?
will say before I forgot this, I gotta check. Just now I mentioned Rick and Morty writer sucks. So ever since in my opinion, and this is just me, you can disagree with this. Ever
Mhm.
since Marvel started using writers from Rick and Morty, I haven't been a fan of
Wait,
their writing.
since when did they start?
So they have Jeff Loveless for this one, right? They have Jeff Loveless for this one, and he's gonna be in Kang Dynasty. Michael
Okay.
Waldron wrote Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and I
Yeah,
was
that's
not
not.
a fan of the writing was my biggest issue with that movie. He also was the writer and producer for Loki. That one is good. I'll give him that. Michael Waldron was good in Loki, but Multiverse of Madness, I was not happy with the writing in that one. Also, you guys will probably think I guess the writing's kind of weak. Jessica Gao, who also did She-Hulk, shows also
Mm.
from Rick and Morty. So
She-
Marvel has been
She-Hulk
working
was
with a lot
just
of
bad.
yeah. So I mean, I still like She-Hulk. Well, it's not great, but yeah, I still like it more than you guys. But yeah, it's still not great. But yeah, ever since they took Rick and Morty writers, to me, it hasn't been great. So like the track record is like 1 good, 3 bad. So
Yeah. The track record isn't great.
Yeah. So
Yeah, so
uh,
don't take Rick and Morty writers, I guess.
Don't think Rick
Once
and
you
Morty writers, yeah.
uh,
yeah.
yeah.
All right.
But yeah,
Oh,
again,
do you
up. Go
what
ahead.
do you,
No, you go.
I
Go.
was
Go.
just gonna say, do you think he's dead though, Kang? When he got sucked into the smaller quantum realm?
This version of
No.
Kang, yeah.
All
I
right.
I would believe
I don't
so,
think
yeah.
he's dead. To me, I don't know. My feeling is that I don't think he's dead. He could be. He could do something. I don't know. Like he goes into a smaller quantum realm, right? So from my understanding,
Uh-huh.
is that yeah, right? So I was thinking like maybe he
Well,
went to the smaller quantum realm.
no, I
He
don't think.
somehow
I don't think he did.
survived.
I don't think he did. No, no, no. I don't think he did. I think
Oh
he got his power source exploded and it killed him. It
oh,
sucked
is
him
that what
into the
happened?
power source and explode. Yeah, because
Oh, I thought that there's like a
Scott,
smaller quantum realm or something.
what he did to he did to the core, he gave both the blue and the red disc. So I don't know what's that supposed to do, but
Yeah.
it's blue grows, red shrinks, and he put both of them. So I'm guessing it's like destroyed or whatever, and then he got sucked into it. So I would think that he got killed. I'm not sure.
Oh, alright. I
I
was
don't know.
thinking like if he survived, it could be like one of those thing where because it seems like Prime Kang from the post credit will be the like the main villain kind of thing. Then
Uh-huh.
why is it Scarlet Centurion Ramatat is like his follower kinda, his second in command and stuff like that.
I think
Uh,
so. I am a little bit
I don't
confused
know.
about the post credit scene. I know we're jump. I don't know if you want to go back to the film later, but with the post credit scene, I am a little bit confused of are they gonna is this Council of Kang planning to destroy the universe, or are they stopping something? Because they're like, oh, they can touch us, so we gotta stop them before they do. I'm a little bit confused, and maybe
Honestly, I
that
don't
is the
understand
point. Maybe
either.
there's a point they're trying to like give us confused a little bit, but I'm not. Yeah, I'm a little bit confused with that.
Yeah.
If
I'm
no,
guessing they want to destroy the universe before they destroy them. I get that's my takeaway from it. Yeah,
your takeaway is that you're afraid the heroes will be able to destroy all the Kangs, so they gotta try to destroy all
destroy
the
them
heroes
first.
first.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that's what I'm
Okay,
thinking. Yeah. So yeah.
interesting.
Anyway, going back to the thing, if that one survive, I was thinking, Kang Fly might be the villain. Maybe it'd be two on the nose, and then they'll be like, "Oh, switcheroo, baby!" And turns out he's alive. And then in the smaller quantum realm, he built his own army, kind of thing, and he comes back. Lol.
Damn.
Good. Oh, that's what I was thinking, but I don't know. I guess not if he's dead.
Yeah, yeah, could be. I mean, there's so many Kangs at this point. I don't
There's so
even
many
know.
kings, doesn't matter.
But yeah, again,
Oh,
Jonathan Majors is awesome in this.
if you saw there is a what's the name? A Skrull King, it seems like.
Really?
So
Okay, I
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
Oh,
know
is
that.
it?
I see some people mention it and like I saw like pictures of it and there's like, oh, I guess there is a Skrull King. Maybe that will have something to do with the secret invasion thing.
Oh yeah, could be. All Kang's
Yeah,
ploy or something.
Could be. Yeah.
that could be interesting.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
To tie in the Kang storyline as well. Yeah. Uh,
yeah.
I don't know. I think that's about it. Oh, I guess a little bit of fun fact about the timely thing. Do you know about it?
The what?
The final credit scene, end credit scene with Victor
Tell
Timely.
us about it.
Mhm.
So before Marvel is Marvel, they were called Timely.
Timely Comics.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, Timely Comics. So there's like a nod to that. Yeah, it's just that.
gotcha,
It's just
gotcha.
that.
Okay,
Mm,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah. I guess I'm not sure any other additional details. I like the visuals. I like the creature feature. I like the design of a lot of the characters. I think Kang is awesome. I think Captain Newton is awesome. I think with what they have visually with Modoc, glad they did it. Glad it's done. But the rest of the film was like generically fine. It's again, I don't think it's awful. It's not the bottom of the MCU for me. It is
Yeah, it definitely isn't.
this film is on par with, in my opinion, this film is on par with Guardians 2, with Avengers Civil War, not Civil War, Avengers Age of Ultron, and like Iron Man 3 kind of era, because they're like around the same
Here.
standard for me. So
Yeah.
yeah, they're like around there. So it's nowhere
Yeah.
near it's not the bottom, but it's not great.
I agree as well. I give it a, yeah, 3 out of 5. So it's a standard. It's not above average. It's not below average.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just that. How about you, Rick? Same thing?
Yeah, it was 3 out of 5. I gave it, which is technically above average because it's 2.8 on Letterbox.
Hey.
Is it
Three is the
2.8 on
middle
Letterboxd?
star.
It is.
Three,
What
three
is
is
the
the middle
Rotten
star.
Tomatoes of it now?
I have no
Actually, yeah,
idea. I didn't
I
check
haven't
it.
checked
I
that.
think I think this is the lowest rated. Oh, it is the lowest rated MCU movie on Rotten Tomatoes, which is
It
absurd
is?
to me. It is 48% critics wise, which is
Oh, wow.
very low for MCU.
Before it was Eternals, wasn't it?
It was. I
Or is it
believe
something
you're
else?
right. I believe you're right.
Yeah,
So
Eternals at like 54 or something.
yeah,
How about the audience? The audience give it 84%. Okay.
the audience liked it. I talk shit
Yeah.
about Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania on my TikTok review, and some people read the comics, boy. And I'm like, I do. So,
Yeah. Read the
Did you
comics,
reply?
boy.
huh? That is not
Did you
exactly the
reply?
that is not exactly the how
Okay.
the conversation
Oh,
goes, but that is the
Okay.
gist. That
kind
is
of,
the gist of the
It's a
conversation.
gist of it. Okay.
kind of wish it was just that.
Read the comics, boy. I do. Uh, yeah, fair. But yeah, that is that.
Yeah.
Oh, random note. There is two cameos in this film that makes me like, oh, cool. I like that character
Ryan.
appear. One of them, Calvin knows it, and I guess Ariq too. Ryan from BuzzFeed Unsolved
No.
slash The Watcher.
Avi-
Mm. I didn't
Avik
notice it.
doesn't know the cameos when he
BuzzFeed.
was watching it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't know
No,
any of them.
so yeah,
Yeah.
Ryan is there. So that caught
I
me off
like
guard. Like,
this.
oh my god, that's him. That's again from
Same,
YouTube.
same.
Uh,
In my theater, like, no one reacted except me. I was like,
I'm
that's
pretty sure I was
Ryan.
the only. I'm pretty sure I was the only one too. And
Yeah.
even more obscure, Mrs. Dabney from Good Luck Charlie is there, and I was like, oh my god, is that Mrs. Dabney from Good Luck Charlie? And I'm pretty sure I was the only one in theater. Uh, and yeah, no one else cared. So
Yeah. I
yeah,
didn't know the second cameo. I was so focused on Ryan Vergara being in it. I'm like,
uh,
oh, that means
yeah,
this is he the second YouTuber in the MCU?
no. Well, Ana Akana and then
Anakana, yeah, and then who else?
Yeah.
Ryan. I don't know. I feel like there's probably is a lot. I just cannot think of it now.
Well, I remember Owen being too, so.
Fair, fair enough. But
Alright,
yeah,
I don't know, anything else you want to say? Oh, I was gonna say, right. I was kind of hoping Shane will be there as well from BuzzFeed Unsolved or
my
the
god,
Watcher
my,
now.
my god, Kelvin.
It'll be fun. I'll be like, all right, then Shane. Yeah. All right.
Uh,
I guess you don't have anything else you want to say, right?
I don't
No.
think
I'm,
so.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've said all we want to say in this
Mhm.
kind of 45 minutes review. Damn.
Yeah.
All right.
5 minutes review.
Albert, go ahead and plug us out. I guess. Yeah.
Plug us out as in the Councilman. Yeah. So you can find the Councilman
Yeah.
Show at Councilman Show wherever you find us. Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd. Find us there. Follow us there to get all of our lively updates on the socials. And you can also subscribe to this YouTube channel, The Councilman, where we will do stuff like this, spoiler reaction for bigger movies and everything like that, and just like usually we also have a podcast called The Councilman, if you're not aware, and yeah, other lesser big. I don't want to say lesser films because it feels bad, but like I mean, this one have spoiler discussion because people like the spoiler warning, so that's why we do separate video. But like films that are gonna come out, we usually review them on that podcast, so make sure to tune in on that one. We'll probably review a lot of the stuff that we talk about in there. And you can also subscribe to the podcast itself on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Castbox, Stitcher, wherever. So yeah, there you go.
Alright, yeah. And I guess with that, the councilman has reviewed. And we'll see you on the next one.